Hey guys, this is Joe from Bringing the Truth. I haven't done videos in a while, but I decided to start making them again. In part, I was undecided whether I was going to do it or not, and I was talking to my son. He gave me a good reasons as to why I probably should start doing it again, and he also told me he watched them. So I think I will reopen the channel. Uh, I'm a blessed father. I have a son who's in the military, and he gave me a grandson, and I'm very excited about that. He's part of the reason why I'm going to make these videos so that in case something happens, he'll have something to point to, and be like, "Look, there's Grandpa," or whatever, right? Um, and he's a cute, adorable grandson, very very cute. I'm ex-military. I was in the army a while back. My son also joined the army. I'm very proud of him. I'm a believer in Jesus. I've been a Christian for many, many years now. And even after many years, I'm still not perfect. I'm, I would say I'm a traditional Christian, but after you realize what this channel is for, you might not consider me traditional. We'll see. Um, all the claims that I will make on this channel will be my personal opinion, of course, and my personal problems that I have with Christian traditions and Christian practices, not the doctrine. I will be attacking Christian traditions and Christian practices, and I will be questioning Christian doctrine. Uh, the reason I stopped making videos, you know, previously, I only wanted to make videos in place of evangelism. Uh, So I was making videos back then because I didn't feel confident in going up to people. If somebody was mean to me or spit in my face or touched me, I might lose my witness. And I figured that's way worse than making videos. So these videos are an attempt to be obedient to God and trying to spread the gospel. Uh, if not for that, I would not be making videos. It's not an attempt for fame, fortune, or recognition. I don't believe I will get popular doing this. So my first videos had no direction or aim because I was making them just for practice. I was making those videos to learn how to use the editing software and learn how to upload videos, learn how to adjust with the volume, and all of that stuff. So there's a lot that goes into making videos that I did not know prior to uh, trying to make YouTube videos. Um, Another reason I stopped making videos is it's hard for me to make videos because I have so many ideas that come at me at once, and trying to organize them is really hard. So what I did here is I trying to make a list of the main things that I want to talk about in this video, and then just go off the top of my head because I can plan out the video as much as possible. It won't go anything near what I have. So that kind of got frustrating and hard, and I was doing a lot of editing, audio and video, and trying to make it look entertaining. And this time around, it's not going to be like that because I want the focus just to be on what I'm saying, and anybody that wants to hear will listen because of the content, not because it's entertaining. And we're trying to keep it. I'm gonna try and keep it from being boring, but sorry if it's boring to you. Then maybe you don't want to know. Maybe you don't want to know certain things about truth. Um, and another thing is, I was the content that I was making before was going after Christians that I don't believe are Christian or Christian in name only, and they're making videos to make money. Not just saying that. I believe they really are just acting to be Christians to make money. Their whole objective, and I will try and explore that more later on. But I didn't want that to be my sole focus, and because I had nothing else at the time that I wanted to make videos about, it was turning into only attacking what I considered fake Christians and other people that I did think were Christians, but were wrong about other certain things. So, uh, what I'm trying to do now um, is I'm trying to get Christians to wake up and ask questions and not just accept everything that they see as Christianity. You're taught what Christianity is. You did not learn what Christianity is. You did not read the Bible and say, hey, this is what makes a Christian. This is what makes a church. This is what makes Christianity. You did not do that. I know you didn't. Most people don't, and they're told what Christianity is. And a lot of it got watered down, and I just want to kind of point those things out. Like some questions. What are churches, pastors, and Christians, what do they say about traditions and about the traditions and practices? What do they consider traditions and practices, right? What are biblical Christian practices and traditions according to the Bible? That's another question. Which of them is only speculated and inferred practices that we do and traditions? Which of them are only inferred and no backing? I want to make things less confusing for the non-Christians and for the newly converted Christians. I want um, for them to be able to understand better. Some confusing things that non-Christians or Christians may face is like, which church should I go to? Which denomination is the correct one or most accurate? Why did a king write down a Bible, which is the King James Bible? Why the King James Bible over the NIV, or why the NIV over the King James Version? Am I truly saved? How can I know if I'm saved? What can I do to tell if I'm saved, right? Or if I'm following the Lord? Uh, for the more advanced Christians, the more advanced in knowledge Christians, questions like, where does a pastor get off getting a salary, taking a salary? I'll tell you, I know how and why they do it, because of the nonprofit organizations. But where is that biblically? Where do they get this from? Can they point to a passage that says, you see, this is why pastors take a salary? And if they can do that, can they tell me where the division of leadership comes in, where they have a youth pastor and they have the head pastor and the lead pastor and other types of administration, right? Retirement. How is it, and where can you point to me that pastors not only receive a salary, but they get a retirement fund and a 401k and all of this and these benefits? Where does this come from, right? Uh, Church planting, like, you want a McDonald's here in this city and you want a McDonald's over in the next city, right? Church planting. So where is that? I understand they're going to say that's biblical, but I don't think it's biblical in the sense that we're planting churches today, right? And you'll see local church versus the church, only word church that's used in the Bible, which is Ecclesiastes, which is talking about the body of Christ, not a specific building, not a specific place, uh, not church what we mean today, right? Property owning, is that okay? Owning property, hoarding donations. How much donations can you take? What's the limit? I've been to a church that collected over $1 million in donations. When do they stop taking donations and say that's enough, right? Why is it going to the church and why not to the poor? Like the Bible says, like Jesus says, give to the poor, give to the needy. But we're given to a church anyways. The pastors and churches acting like companies and CEO type, hierarchies in the church. Um, and who am I trying to reach, right? And I'm trying to reach other Christians, confused Christians, confused, the public that's confused that might be interested in Christianity, Christians that question normal Christian traditions and practices. That's who I'm trying to reach out to. And so for future videos, um, I intend to take Christian traditions that are not biblical and attack them. I will probably attack Christians that do not operate in a way that is biblical, or they have no biblical leg to stand on. I'll discuss the struggle of a Christian and what a Christian is and what makes a Christian, right? questioning where we get the idea that we must go to church, and why do pastors say that we should be loyal church goers? And the pressure that we get from the donation plate passing around. Why do we need to donate to the church only? What does the term church mean? And in between those topics, I'll probably talk about the so-called Christians who are in it for the money, and I will make my best case showing you they're in it for money, and it's not. Uh, Given the gospel is a byproduct of their main goal, and that's kind of what I'll be going after. So I'm trying to keep these videos short because nobody wants to watch someone talk for 20 minutes straight. Um, Again, I'm making these videos because I want to reach people. I want to make a difference, and I want them to see, hey, not everything that you've been taught is actually Christian. It's not Christianity. And I want there to be something left behind in case, you know, we can die at any moment. One, I want to be obedient. Two, I want something left behind for my grandson to see in case he doesn't, because he won't really acknowledge what's going on until he's at least 5, 6, 7, right? And then if I die in that time, he'll have a whole bunch of content to look forward to, and hopefully he'll learn it and understand me and be better off for it. Um, that'll be it. I'll try and do some editing later on, but most of these videos are going to try and be one take videos, no editing, no great quality microphones, no great quality cameras. So hope you bear with me in my thumb drives. I will try to at least make some effort on the thumb drives. But if you learn anything or are interested in anything I am going to be talking about, hopefully you can leave a message and engage. If you have any questions, maybe I can answer them, but I'm pretty sure only Christians are going to be reading this, but maybe you're confused. And if you have questions, I do read the Bible. I haven't lately, but I've studied it, and I know quite a bit of what's going on. I struggle with prophecy because that's very complicated stuff. But I want to thank you for whoever watched this video. If you made it this far, wow, because people just scroll through videos nowadays. And I look forward to making more videos, and hopefully I don't get too much hate for the position that I'm going to take, because it's going to be controversial. Thank you. Have a good day and the rest of the night. God bless you. Goodbye.